are absolutely right about the fact that we don't have a high-speed rail system in this country except for the Northeast Corridor between basically New York and D.C. But you think about the Midwest. Think about right here. I mean, we've got all kinds of towns that we could connect. We could connect Chicago to St. Louis, to Milwaukee, to Detroit, to Youngstown, to Columbus, to Cincinnati. All of these cities are, they basically take in the air about 45 minutes to an hour to fly, except by the time you get to the airport, take off your shoes, get to the terminal, realize that your flight's been delayed 2 hours, go pay $10 for a cup of coffee and a sandwich for another $10, come back, you get on the plane, you're sitting on the tarmac for another 25 minutes, you finally take off, you're circling above the city for another half hour. When you land, they can't find your luggage. And then you get to where you're going. By the time it's all done, it's a 5-hour trip. And it's getting more expensive because of the cost of jet fuel. So the time is right now for us to start looking at high-speed rail as an alternative to air transportation, connecting all these cities, and think about what a great project that would be in terms of rebuilding America.
It's time to sit down with someone you know. Hear the stories that remind you of, well, just how great you really are. It's time for the Valley Gold Show with yours truly, Deborah Benton. So take off your hard hat, leave your steel toes at the door as we go for the gold with the most beloved surgeon, Dr. Ernest Perry. Welcome to the Valley Gold Show, Dr.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon, and I've heard so much about your programs, and I'm delighted to be a part of it.
Actually, you have been on my short list ever since I started the show 3 years ago, and I finally got you here in the chair.
Well, gee, that's great to know. I'm glad I was on your short list, and I'm certainly proud that you were able to work me into your program. I'll put it that way.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Now, you have been a surgeon for roughly 40 years?
That is correct. In July of 2009, I will have practiced general surgery here in Youngstown, Ohio for 40 years. If the Heavenly Maker allows me to make it to July 1 of next year, I will have practiced 40 years. I started in 1969, having finished medical school in 1964, and I did 5 years of residency training in surgery at the Youngstown Hospital at that time. It's now Forum Hospital, where I've seen a lot of changes over the years, and I'm always proud to mention the fact that so many different things happen in our lives. As a young man growing up here in Youngstown and going to Youngstown College at the time, it's now Youngstown State University, I would go over to Southside Hospital every summer trying to get a job as an orderly because I was in pre-med. And I went there with 4 other Caucasian students, and they always got a job every summer, and I was unable to get a job. And I made it up in my mind then, believe it or not, that if I could not get a job as an orderly, I would come back someday as a physician. And that's exactly what I did. After I finished medical school, I came back, and I can tell you, I remember my first day, I went to the lady, I won't give her name, I think she's deceased now, who would not give me a job, and I went up to her and said, "Mrs. So-and-so, I'm back." And I tell that story frequently because I want young people to know that if somebody denies you of something that you really want, it's okay to get angry. Don't get angry to the point where you'll be destructive. Get angry to the point that you will be constructive and say to them, I'm going to show you that I can do what you're trying to deny me from achieving. And that's what I was able to do.
So that's kind of like saying success is the greatest revenge.